All right. So welcome to Women in Cryptocurrency. It is July the 13th, 2022, Wednesday, my favorite day of the week. And it's also my mother's birthday. So I'm super happy about that today. So my name is Shelby Casey Thompson. I'm an educator by trade. I'm an entrepreneur to my soul. And I come from a great organization called Team Freedom. And freedom is an acronym for finding real educated entrepreneurs to help develop others to a millionaire mentality. It was founded by my husband. He came up with the acronym. So he and I helped to build a team of people that we're all searching for freedom. And we've come from a larger group founded by Mr. Ty Best and Valerie Best. That group is called Wealth Builders Worldwide. And everybody on this line tonight is all a part of Wealth Builders Worldwide. And then they have their own individual teams because we're all CEOs of our own business. And so we love that we can all come together. And on Wednesdays, the women gather. And that's what we're here for tonight. Our mission, I'd like to go over that with you so you know why we're here. Women in Cryptocurrency's mission is to empower women with the information and education needed to enter the cryptocurrency industry. We believe that when like-minded individuals come together to support one another, the benefits will be even greater. So our goal is to provide a platform to share information about an amazing opportunity that we in the blockchain technology space. So something happened with all these letters, but I can still read it. In the blockchain technology space, that can finance the expansion or expand your wealth portfolio and possibly your dreams, as I said before. So we're super excited about that. We gather every Wednesday. We talk about different topics. We educate, empower each other on different topics. You can also find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. So if you're here tonight and you're not a part of the Facebook group, my partners will put it in the chat for you to click on that link. We also have a wonderful platform on Clubhouse where many of the women will educate you on Clubhouse. We'd love for you to join us there and spread the word there. It'll help also grow your business. And we're on YouTube. Team Freedom presents Women in Cryptocurrency on YouTube as well. Sound good? So what I wanted to talk about tonight is that the market is going through like a purge. It's going through a change, like a snake shedding its skin. It's going through its volatile times. And often we don't know what to say when we approach people about cryptocurrency. They may have had a bad experience recently or heard about a bad experience recently or lost some money, or they're hearing about people losing their money. And it's really about education. And where we get our education from is, one, like-minded individuals, but we also get our education from millionaires and billionaires that are in this space or in the financial industry already. I should say we are not financial advisors and we're not giving financial advice, but we basically study people who have previously studied money and have been successful with it, right? We're taught by our mentor, Mr. Ty Best, to try not to get too much financial education from people who are not financially free or who are financially strapped themselves, right? And so as we study this, we share this information with one another. So what I would like to do is Kevin O'Leary, you guys may know him from Shark Tank. He's not really one of my favorite people personality-wise because he's such a sharp shark, but he's knowledgeable, he's successful, he has made major business moves that have created wealth for himself, which in turn will create generational wealth for him and his family. And so I have a tendency to listen to what he says about the financial market, okay? So this video is going to talk to us about what's going on currently in the cryptocurrency space, and it'll give us information that we can use and learn from so that we can share with people about what's going on in the marketplace right now and how we can maneuver around it and the benefits of what's going on right now. Okay. Welcome, Sharon Vicks. Welcome to Women in Cryptocurrency. We're just having a women's chat tonight. We probably won't do a presentation because everyone that's here is already NGS partners and understands the mission and vision. So let's take a listen to Kevin Larry. It's just about 10 minutes long, and then let's discuss it in a way where we can approach our prospects with more knowledge. Let's listen.
It's impossible to know, where the bottom is, but I would say this, I don't believe we've seen the bottom yet, and I have a different view of it. I go back again to other asset classes that I've invested in for decades. In every case, traditional bonds, traditional equities, real estate, alternative asset classes, bottoms are reached with an event, a panic event, as I call it. And you can find it in every asset class. Back in the hedge fund days when they started gating, these large multi-billion-dollar hedge funds that gated, shut down their liquidity, caused panic, and you saw bottoms in equities as they were being liquidated. There's long-term was one of the classics in the last couple of decades. And it was a fund that was over-levered and blew up. We haven't seen that yet in crypto land. There's no big guy has gone to zero yet, and I think that's still to come. Hard to say who it is because it's going to be because of leverage and some kind of relationship in a counterparty holding that they have not disclosed. And I'm just speculating right now, but that would be very healthy for the market to have that happen. Voyager's too small, it doesn't matter. The rest of these guys were kind of irrelevant in terms of total market cap. Bitcoin and the crypto market itself has almost been cut in half in total market cap. And so you would think we're on our way to the bottom, but I like a big panic event. That's always been a great way to bottom. It's towel throwing, it's capitulation, it's massive volume, it's total panic in the streets, and always a great buying opportunity. I have no idea who's next. Could be tomorrow morning, could be a month from now, but it's coming to a theater near you. And it will definitely be a very good thing for this industry. It'll be a great thing because it'll take out all of the bad, broken business models, the heavy leverage, the speculation that was too risky, and push everybody, and this kind of circles back to the conversation you were having with Ben at WonderFi. The reason I'm an investor in WonderFi is I need a place to store my crypto assets that fit into my compliance and accounting departments. And so, when WonderFi was able to offer me a centralized wallet at BitBuy, I was able to say to my auditors, look, you can audit this thing daily, weekly, quarterly, monthly, and I can mark to market each position for you at 4 o'clock, even though it's irrelevant in crypto land. It trades 24/7. I think crypto has a very bright future. I'll be bold enough to say in this very volatile market for crypto that within a decade, it'll be the 12th sector of the S&P. And the reason is there's just too much productivity, too much transparency, really strong vehicles for solving financial services problems that exist today, like transferring capital, as I talked about earlier. It's just too good and too efficient. And so it'll remain. The key is we need to get some policy I think it'll happen first with stable coins. And, you asked the question about the stock market. It's no different than the crypto market. The stock market is still a little expensive if you believe we're having a recession, probably fairly valued if you think we're having a soft landing. The trouble is nobody knows. So you're going to see this fibrillation going back and forth until we resolve that question and we know where the Fed stands in further rate hikes. But there are some great companies that have lost 20, 30, 40% of their value. And I have to admit, I'm nibbling in equities as well, just as I am in crypto. And so I can't call the bottom, but I don't use leverage. That's the secret sauce. Everybody's calling me up, want to lend me money. And I just say, no, Nanette, not interested. In every cycle, what happens is various actors, companies, take on more and more aggressive positions using leverage to goose returns, which is age old. It works. It definitely works. Now, what you're going to find in this situation is many crypto operators, particularly lending platforms, have never operated it with such volatility before. So they were in the slow growth from Bitcoin, almost a decade ago, from $800 all the way to 60,000. And all along the way, some of them became really aggressive in using leverage, which is the traditional hedge fund model. Now, what happens, and this happens in equities, it happens in bonds, it happens in real estate, it happens in crypto. Crypto's the Johnny-come-lately new asset class with a whole lot of newbies in it. You're going to see a whole series of these actors get crushed to zero over the next few months. In the contagion of leverage being caught offside with the lack of liquidity. Voyager is not that big a deal. It's kind of irrelevant in terms of, this is a diversified shareholder base. It's not FDIC insured in any way, so it's not putting any stress on the government systems in any way. All the shareholders should consider themselves educated, no different than when you go to Las Vegas, put it all on black, and it's red, you lose. That's exactly what's happened here. But the great news about this and why this is so good for the market and how this helps the crypto market is it educates the business models that aren't going to work. So it's like taking a big spatula from the sky and scraping all the crap out of the market. And it's going to happen very, very quickly. So anything that was built on a business model that is not going to work or can't sustain volatility is going to be gone. And it's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's going to leave the industry much stronger. Yes, we must mourn the investors that got wiped out to zero, but even they are better off in the sense that they've been educated. You own crypto without leverage, and you understand your counterparty risk. Don't worry, by the time all the litigation is over from all these bankruptcies, you'll know everything about everybody. Lawyers are really good at doing that, and there'll be tons of class action, if not just straight on litigation, to go after any assets they can get. And that is sort of, when a fish dies in the ocean, it goes to the bottom, and that protein is reprocessed by slugs. And I'm not saying lawyers are slugs. They have more than single cell proteins, but they know how to get the last drop of any value there, and they're going to get it. It's going to take 5 to 7 years, but all of this is good. So when I hold crypto, and I know it's very volatile, I have zero leverage in any of my positions because I know tomorrow morning I could wake up down 38% in any token, any coin, any project. And really, that's exactly what's happened. So, but if you put on leverage, you learn the very, very important lesson. You go to zero. People think that crypto, the entire sector, is going to get regulated all at once. That's not going to happen. The most likely scenario, and this is a personal opinion, but one I've been working on in Washington, along with others, is that we would like to get policy on just stablecoins first, because stablecoins represent a very powerful and efficient payment system. And we think we can get bipartisan support between both parties supporting the American dollar as a default currency for a global payment system. It's not going to be the Chinese yuan, it's not going to be the Swiss franc, it's not going to be the euro, it's not going to be the British pound. And the reason it would fall and default to the US dollar would be that is the currency used to denominate most commodities. And so the challenge you have right now, and why there's so much pressure to solve this, is it's very inefficient to transfer US dollars over to Geneva, then put it into Swiss francs, and then buy Swiss Nestle stock or whatever it is you want to do over there. It's really slow, very inefficient, very costly, not transparent, and not easy to audit. And so all of that problem goes away with a stablecoin. Now, the proposed policy that you'll find in granular form in both the Haggerty and Toomey bills, and I've met with both of them as many others have, this is very simple policy. What it looks as, it says, okay, for any stablecoin, an audit every 30 days. And any asset underlying, holding up the value of the coin or token, cannot have a duration of more than 12 months. Now, you've seen that policy before. It's called a money market fund, and you'll find it at Fidelity and Putnam and many other financial services entities that are FDIC insured. Circle, if it wished, that issues USDC, could become a bank. They could be FDIC insured if they wanted to, but they are sort of leading the pack with crypto in terms of payment systems under a stable coin that has not broken a buck. So you've seen even Tether trades below $1, it's 0.999 right now. And so when you break a buck, you lose a lot of confidence. So what I'd like to see happen here is that we regulate stablecoins first because of their utilitarian value within the crypto universe, and that get done in this calendar year. And the reason that might happen is Toomey is retiring, and he is a driving force, as you know, on the Hill, and is really behind this momentum and this bill, and has lots of support from both sides of the aisle. So I think that's good. Now, obviously, what happened to Luna is an example of what not to do. So again, a sad situation, billions lost, but a great education to the market. Algorithm-based stablecoins, nah, I don't think we're going to do that again. I'd rather see something backed by US dollar or assets that are very liquid that can have duration less than 12 months. So that
Take a note there, US dollar or assets that are very liquid. Code word, Lydian world.
makes sense to me. So at the end of the day, the bad ideas get, removed by the big spatula. And again, it's unfortunate for those investors that didn't think it through, but not all stable coins are alike, USDC being the leader currently. Now, having said that, if you go look at current yields across the spectrum of duration from 1 month to 12 months, it's only 50 basis points right now. So right now, USDC, while it hasn't broken $1, is not a great place to park cash because you can do 1.2% in commercial money market accounts in US dollars. So at any one time, you have to manage assets as you always had to. I think USDC, when things stabilize and there's more demand for it, will probably have rates 300 basis points higher than 1%, but you just don't know. And when you were putting out loans on USDC platform, it would have been best to ladder them from 1 month to 12, so you'd still be accruing 3 to 4%. But everybody's learning. That's my whole point. That was a long dissertation about what I think is going to happen in stable coins. But if you're going to be in a stable coin, it's only a personal opinion, USDC is the one that has not broken a buck recently.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's happening in the market right now. And this, what I found from this, I'll speak first on it. And as I said before the video, what I found listening to this helps me to be able to have an intelligent conversation with people who try to explain to me that, or try to proclaim that the utility behind the G999 doesn't matter, that the technology behind it doesn't matter, that the project is a slow crawl. And it really gave me pride that our project is strategic, it's well thought out, it's a plan, it's, we know the technology behind it, the creators behind it. They're taking step by step and making sure that their steps are not done in haste, and they're done with education. Like our chairman of the board, from the first moment that he talked to our community back in 2020, it was about getting educated and getting us ready. I really have not seen any other cryptocurrency or blockchain technology company encourage education before jumping right in. They're like, we have a website, jump in, you can do great things, watch your money grow, and then boom, it bottoms out. And we have been educating our community from the very beginning, from the inception of this company, and continuing to do that and continuing to take strategic steps, even if we have to take a step back, or even if we have to hold up to see what's going to happen in the market. That's what GS Partners has been doing. And I'm just so very proud of this company for standing through every storm that has come their way. I'll yield the mic. I see your hand, Deb Nixon. Come on to the front.
Absolutely, Sister Shelby. Much love, and thank you so much for what you created here. It truly is a mission of unity, a mission of pride, a mission of woman power, and a mission of love. And what I love about what Kevin O'Leary said was, for many of us that have been, as you said, Sister Shelby, getting an education in this space, I learned last year that there was over 900 cryptocurrencies. I know that's crazy, right? I'm like, 900, how do you know which ones are, strategic, which ones are a good move, which ones do you look at? And then I learned from this education that this company gives us, as well as through the teachings of those with financial certifications, 20, 30, 40 years experience, that are sharing with us some of this knowledge, that there's a difference between cryptocurrency with no backing and cryptocurrency with utility. Huge difference. One will be a short, flipping kind of a cryptocurrency experience, or the other, when it says utility, that means there's usages that will be backed up. There'll be more use, more applications, more ways to grow your money. And in this company, we have multiple ways because we have that utility usage. So I love that he recognized that, although he thinks USDT is the one because he doesn't know about us yet. He's about to find out, Kevin O'Leary, what G999 is. But I love just the fact that we do get the education. And by the end of this year, as predicted by the top 5 cryptocurrency financial gurus, that 900 number, because we're in that wealth transfer, will turn into a transparency of 200 or less, with all utility coins still standing. And I am so proud to say that in the last 30 to 45 days, our G999 has been in the top 10 growth list, the top 10 list of the cryptocurrencies that are growing. And so these are the things that we've learned through our education and by being a part of this amazing opportunity, because this project has no hiding, it has nothing hidden, it has nothing, that you can't find out about, because it's over the blockchain. Everything is clear, transparent, and honest. And so for that reason, our billionaires and our technical team have shared with us that they've already got us moved into 2025 with this technology. And as Sister Shelby said, it's coming out in phases, because no one can get this much education and apply it all at once. It takes time. But the one thing I love that he said at the end of that video, Shelby, you know what he said, right? He said only the utility cryptocurrencies will be the ones that are standing, and someone's going to come to the forefront. So I'm going to claim it right now. It's GS Partners, GS Bank, and G999. I relinquish the mic.
Absolutely, Deb. And there's thousands of cryptocurrencies out there, thousands of them. New ones pop up every day. They pop up, they go down. They don't last even as long as we have. And we were actually a coin that act like Pac-Man and gobbled up a failing coin. So we came into the space already, burdened down, acquiring a whole nother coin. So that's a, as my husband said, that's a different, and Mr. Best says that's a whole different webinar. But at the same time, the education is everything, and it will help us grow. Marie?
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Greetings.
we can. Yes, we can.
Miss Shelby, bless you, bless you, bless you. You are awesome. Thank you for having me on the platform. I'd like to say, if it wasn't for GS Partners, Wealth Builders Worldwide, I don't know if I would have got with the coin, because it was so many, like you said, it was different coins just popping in and out, and I didn't understand the phase of it or how it go. We're blessed to know how to move the coin through the system. And that's a blessing. A lot of people they get coins and then leave it sitting there and they say, oh, the coins is going up, the currency is going up, oh, the currency dropped, Bitcoin dropped, but they're not moving it. And they lose it or they don't understand how to use it. And that's a blessing for us, because we're getting somewhere. And like the man said, I forgot his name, on your video. He said, we don't know how the bottom is going to be, but we know we're going to the top. So that's a great thing. Thank you so much. You stay blessed and y'all have a great evening. Thank you so much. Au, au, au.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. And, millionaires, billionaires, and those earners, people who are spending money, they see this as a huge opportunity.
That's right.
They see it as a huge opportunity. And so right now, a lot of us are maybe, shy to talk with people or timid to talk with people about cryptocurrency because of what's going on. And at the end of the day, this is the very best time
And
to
they've been doing this for a
lift.
long time. The rich people, they've been doing it. We just learning about it.
Yes, and to lift people up. Queen Jonah?
Yeah, I wanted to just kind of piggyback on what Deb was saying. I did want to say this too. This is like the third, I want to say third or fourth, somebody correct me, third or fourth bear market that we've been in with crypto. So for those of us that are educated and in this space, no, we're not surprised by what's going on right now. In fact, we expected it, right? Something that I listened to our chairman say since December of 2020, and he has not wavered from this, and it's education. He mentions it every single call. And so for me, that's what it's been about. I mean, some people will say, well, we have so much going on. How do you know what to get? Do it all and do it at the level that you can do it in. Because what I've found since December the 20th, I didn't quite understand all of the different nodes and how they were paying out and the DeFi, because remember, we were getting educated, right? So now that they've started, my nodes have been sitting there for a year, and now I can do, it's grown, and I've accumulated even more assets, and now I'm able to convert that into something else even bigger. I did it all. And I know Crypto Steve said that. He said, do everything. But what I added, and what I tell my team is, do everything, do it at the level that you can do it in, and just get in, and so you grow over time, and you take those profits and you do something else with that. And so, yeah, it's been about education. And the last thing I think I want to say is, some people will say, I lost. I tell people this all the time. A lot of people got into Bitcoin on the high end, all-time high. People want to jump in when it's going up. I'm like, that is the worst time to jump into anything investing wise like this, going up, because what goes up must come down. But an uneducated person doesn't know that. So that's why we're big on education. So what I tell people all the time when they say, well, I lost money in Bitcoin, I said, no, you didn't lose money in Bitcoin. You lost when you sold your asset, because you chose to sell it at a lower price. If you had held on to it and not been so eager to jump out, and I always bring it back to education, I said, you would still have the asset. And you would be sitting like everyone else is, either getting more of it because it's less expensive, it's on sale, as we say, and you will be holding on to that asset. And so ladies that are new to this space, just know you don't lose unless you sell. And so we have been gobbling up G999, some of us millions of them, since December of 2020. And we've taken Mr. Joseph Haidt at his word and got educated. And we did everything that he's telling us to do, as well as some of the leaders as well. And we're starting to see that show up in Lydian World, show up in our wallets and so forth. So that's it. I yield the mic back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Sister Joanna. Thank you, Malta. Come on to the front.
Did Malta go to the front, or can I say something? I just want to touch and agree with Sister Jones. This is Felicia.
Sure.
Yes. When we got started in 2020, like she said, we was just putting our stuff to the side, letting it mature, because that's what he told us. Let your assets mature, and then after a while you will see and get educated. And that's what I was doing. So I was doing so much different stuff in my back office. Sister Jatira, she had checked my back office with me the other day. She said, look, you got so many different things going up. Just hold on and let me try to get some of this stuff straightened up. She said, I'm so proud of you for just pushing and clicking, but you got about 3. And I said, okay, I was just following the leaders. And so she said, let me get this straight. So yes, we got a lot going on, and it's so wonderful to be around this team of women that can help us get straightened out. And so I'm just have to yield the mic to that point of Sister Jonah and Sister Deb has said. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Felicia. Thanks so much. Malta?
Yeah, I was going to veggie back off of all of that. And, also the education comes in with the plugging in, and plugging in in and of itself build you an extraordinary network that when you plugged in, you're plugged into your business partners. And I was fortunate enough to exercise that right and that strength to plug in and lending my voice to the call. It got me to where Joseph Height requested me for a friend. I inboxed Joseph Height just like I could inbox any of you. So that is something that's unheard of. I've had a few jobs. Probably haven't had as many or has been on long as some of you all who have real careers, but never. We will always have to learn about the history of the CEO and the founder. Never were we able to lock arms with them. And I think that education along with that network, it just puts us in a whole other arena, but we have to allow it. I yield the mic. Thank you to all my guests that came. If you would like to raise your hand and speak and come to the floor, please feel free. We're all family here.
Thank you, Malta. And you do have quite a few guests on here tonight. So thank you for that. It's a good discussion piece. This is a good, good place for us to put our heads together and figure out, how do we approach this with other people? And it's so funny. I've been on so many calls or launch parties or different things where people will say, well, this coin, it's not Bitcoin. It's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the best. And Bitcoin is this. And Bitcoin, you can't lose. And, they said all this months ago. And, now they're like, ooh, well, and from the beginning of our presentations, always we say, we have that little circle on that Bitcoin chart that says the best time to get involved in a coin is when it's less than $1. We've been saying that for 2 years. When it's less than $1 or less than a penny or less than 50 cents, right? It's the best time to position yourself because of the volatility that can happen in the market. And the good news is we've been saying that for 18 months or so, or however many months, and there's still room for people to get in now. There's still room for people to be able to acquire thousands and millions of coins for a low cost, as on sale again, as Sister Jonah said. And so we've got a tremendous opportunity on our hands. Those of you who are already here, everyone that's here is already in the business. So I don't want to preach to the choir tonight, but I just want you to feel confident in spreading, sharing, informing, empowering, feel confident in telling other people about Gold Standard Partners. And the slow crawl, I won't even say it's a crawl, the slow walk of our company may sometimes feel frustrating, but it's strategic. And I'm so grateful for the strategic steps, for ordering the steps, being ordered and strategic to make sure that we're stable and that we crawl, then walk, then run, and then to the moon, instead of being a company that came out, went to the moon, and imploded. Okay, I'll yield the mic.
Constance, there you go. Go ahead, Constance. You're muted, hon. Priya?
Yes, give thanks for everything that everybody have already spoke about. But you know what? I kind of feel sorry for anybody out here getting into crypto. I know they are totally lost. They're totally lost, with so many coins out here and just trying to figure out what to do, who to trust, and losing money. And so what's really, I guess, great about us is we have such a strong system. We have a team that will work with you. we have the backing. We have so much to offer to people. And not just talking about the cryptocurrency, but we have the education, as we've already said. We have the self-development. We have all those buffet of financial products we offering people. And we have that thing that Kevin said, that secure space, that decentralized space, that if you find someone who has money that want to secure their money, this is the system for them to be in. And we have that GS lifestyle card. I mean, we have it all. We have it all for people. We have to just let people know what we have. Besides, the cryptocurrency, because once you speak of, Bitcoin, I see people reaction. They kind of like, freeze up. So we do have to let people know, hey, we have so much to offer you. So yeah, give thanks for that.
Yeah, can we all say BD Swiss together, ladies? Because I'm like, talk about a backing.
B Swift.
BD Swiss.
Be swift, ladies.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's right. Talk about a backing. Woo!
I know, right? Constance, you got your hand up, hon? Shayola?
Yes.
There you go. There you go, Constance. There you go.
Okay, God bless. Good evening, Queen Jonah, Shelby Thompson. I just want to say I enjoy, as